Welcome to Free Tutorial TV and a tutorial about the PyQt6 course. Now let's create a simple calculator with the Qt designer. So now it will not be fancy calculator and it will not have a fancy design, but we are going to build a simple calculator where we have two input fields where we can get the inputs from the user, and also we'll have a four buttons for the arithmetic operations like addition, multiplication, minus, and also division. So this is my Qt designer and I'm going to just create a widget application, and I'm going to create on the create. Now in the here, the first thing is that we are going to design our GUI application. We need to change the geometry, so I give the width, for example, 450, and the height should be 300. Now let's add some level first. I'm going to add two levels in here. First one and this is the second one levels. Let me say the first number, and also this is the second number. And let's change the font size, so I can just, for example, I can just make it 12 bold, and that's just to make it bigger. Make it to look 14, and just let's do the same for the second level. Okay, now I need to add to Q line edit, so I can just Q line edit, so it should be in the, yeah, here. So this is the first one and this is the second one. So first let's change the object name, so line edit first, and the second one should be line edit second. And we can change also the font size to 12, and also we can add a placeholder, so please enter first number, and let's make it bigger. Or we don't need this placeholder for this. And let's change the second line edit. We have changed our object name. We can just give font 12, okay. Now let's add four buttons in here, and for example, for adding multiplications, 2, 3, 4. Now let's change the object name of the first one, so it's a push button underscore add, and we can just change the font size to, for example, 12. Let's just move a little bit, move, because I'm going to just copy this one button. So this is add. Let's change the object name, minus, minus. We can just create another one. Let me change the width of the window. It should be around 500. Be 700. Then another button like this, so this should be multiply multiplications. So let's change these to multi, or even we can just make it, we can add the sign in here, plus or minus. It's multiplication, it's division. Make it smaller. Okay, and let me just bring this in here, and also this. Okay, now we can change the width of the window again to 400 to 500. Okay, we need to add another level for results, so let me find the level, and we can just change the object name to the level result, and also let's change the font size to 14 bold. So you can change the color, so we can just say change style sheet, and the Q level, let's add a color of green. Now we can add our layout management. First we are going to choose these two, and I want to just make it horizontal layout. Okay, and horizontally for this also you can create a horizontal layout. Okay, now we can change our window vertically. We preview this, we get, we have design, we can write, and let's add some spacer in here. Let me just add horizontal spacer in here, also horizontal spacer for this. We need to add a vertical spacer in here, and now if we preview this, it's looking good. Let's add one more vertical spacer here. Let's just preview this. Now it's looking good. Okay, now let's remove this text from here. We have our design in here. Let's save this. Click on the file, and after that you can just click on save, and from here you can just find your project. So it's PyQt tutorial in part 2, so I want to save this u.ui file, and I can just say cal like this. After that, click on save. Now let's check our part 2. Now you can see we have our cal here. Now it's time to convert the file to .py file, so we can just change the directory to part 2, and we can just PyQt6, and after that we need to give the name of the UI, so we can just say cal.ui. After that we just use the outputs, and we just give the file name, so cal.py. So now if we see our cal.py, we can open this. So this is our UI design, and let's run this code. We have our design in here. Now let's our functionality, for example, for addition minus multiplication. First we need to create method in here for adding. So let me just come down in here. We can create our method, or we say a slot def add self. Now the first thing is that we need to just get the number from our line edit. So I can just say f number, f number, and then I can say self dot line edit underscore first dot text, cast it to integer. Now we need to just get the second number. So self dot line edit underscore second edit. Now just you can just typecast this to integer. After getting the number, so we can use the dot text for getting all the numbers from the list, and we have already learned that. After that we can just add these two numbers, so we can say result f num plus second num. After adding, now we can set this result to our level result. Self dot level result dot set text. Add in here, I can just say addition, and I can do it like this, format dot format result. Now we have created our ads. It's time to connect this with the button and add button, and we can just find that. And so we have our ad in here, and so this is our ad, and you can just say self, and there is a click signal, so you can just use dot click dot connect, and it's a self dot add. So let's run this. For example, I want to add 4 plus 5. You can see we are receiving 9. 2 plus 100, we got 102. So this addition, now let's do the same for the minus. I'm going to just copy this code, paste it here, and we are going to use minus, and so we are going to get the first number, the second number, change the plus to minus, and the minus, and let's do the same for all the methods. Now all operation, so we have multiply, and this would be multiply asterisk, and this change to multiplication, and we also have division, change this to divide for example, and the result by change the division, divide. Now let's connect this method to the click signal of the push button. So add, now for minus, self dot push button I minus dot click dot connect self dot minus. Let's copy this and do this for the multiplication. Self dot push button minus click connect self dot, this minus should be changed to multi, and we haven't changed the division, so because it's push button add underscore 3, so we can just use this dot push button 3 dot click dot connect, and this is self dot divide. Now let's run this. We want to just say 8 2 1 2, so that issue is 10 minus 6 and multiplication 16 division 4. 50 plus 150, 50 minus 5000 multiplication division is 2. Thank you. Please do like and subscribe the channel. We'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day.